Good performance, but you got the points.
No, it was like you say, it wasn't a great performance. We've played better than that and lost. At this stage of the season, it's about purely and simply trying to get as many points as we can. So we had to do something to try and wrestle the initiative from Crawley. We made some changes and changed the shape a few times and managed to get there in the end.
And you kept going. You took your chances. I mean, Tristan John's got 2 goals. I think the second one was probably the easiest of his career, but no, it doesn't matter.
They still need putting in there. Those, when you've got to put all the pace on the ball yourself, can be difficult. And you know what's at stake. Just said to the players today, I can question their decision making, but I can't question their desire, because they had to dig deep today and defend a lot of balls in the box. And we had to keep fighting to the end to get the 3 points.
And we noticed you did change your shape in the first 20 minutes. Gavin Gunning just had the ball at his feet all the time, and then you pushed him up to midfield, and then the substitutions made a difference as well.
We changed from a 3 at the back to a 4 or a 5 at the back to 4 at the back to try and get higher up the pitch, and they were hurting us in midfield. So we had to react to that, which we did. We got back in the game. And like you say, when you put substitutes on the pitch, they have to make a difference. And Junior again came on and created that goal for Deutsch.
We thought he was going to have a shot, and he looked up and he saw he played the easy ball, which was good.
But when you watch it back, it's a great pick out from him, because there's not a lot of space for him to get the ball up in the air and onto Deutsch's head, because he's nearly by the 6-yard box. But he did it, and it was a great little bit of skill.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Mark, obviously it's yet another victory on the road. The record's brilliant. If the EFL said to you now, would you rather play the rest of your league games away from home, would you take that?
100%. I play all the. If we got in the playoffs, I play all the playoff games away and the final.
See, we mentioned Junior and the impact he had. He had the similar impact at Port Vale as well. He's really sort of growing into league football, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been unlucky. Like we started him in the team last week against MK Dons. He earned his start, but we didn't play well, and he couldn't get into the game, and it was disappointing for him. It wasn't his fault. But he's been really sharp again all week in training, and we think there's a really good player in there from another non-league spot at Whitby Town. We think we've got another one that's going to be a really good player for the football club.
I see you mentioned there Taylor Allen as well. If he saw that today, he must think, well, if I can do the same, similar opportunity, I'll get them if I play well.
That's it. We're trying to work off a different mantra. We're trying to get young, hungry lads to the club. That we spent a lot of time watching and trying to find Rich Hughes out there on the road, watching him, and we feel is a real good addition to the club.
What else can you tell us about Taylor Allen?
Left-footed, quick, powerful, can play down the middle, can play wide, can play midfield, and he's got a great left foot, so promising.
Brilliant. Cheers, Mark.
Thank you.
Good guys.